Hello everyone. In this particular video I am going to talk about the connection between planet Mars and Lord Murugan, and also whether do aliens really exist? Do they come? What about all these UFO sightings people have already seen before, whether that's true, etc. And before we proceed in this particular video, this video is related to Hinduism, Hindu gods. So if you are a person who is not interested to know about all this, then you don't have to watch this video anymore. This particular message I've already posted in my regional language with the title Murugan, Mars, Murugan and Aliens, and now I'm posting that for my English speaking viewers also. Mars, very interesting planet. The main reason is it is the closest planet to the Earth, and already we are trying to see whether water exists there, oxygen exists there. Why? Because we wanted to go and settle there. Earth can't handle population, more and more people. So we are trying to see whether life exists. First of all, do people live there, or any sort of living beings live there? And a lot of researchers are still continuing, and people are now started certain projects which a lot of people have joined as well. Like only one way to Mars. You can go, but you can't come back. Okay? That is the objective of the project. That only one way, not two way. So, Mars, because it's very close to Earth, we are very interested to know about it. And what is the connection between Mars and Lord Murugan Karthik? See, when this astrology is the first art out of 64 arts, Jyotish, which talks about what are the things which will happen in Earth, when it will happen. For example, eclipses. For example, when it will rain. For example, if a baby is born on this particular time, he will be a king. Or if the baby is born after 5 minutes, he is going to be a saint, etc. All these have been predicted before, and astrology is the science which tells about everything. Now I can tell about your character. All I need is your date, time and place of birth. And 90% my analysis about your character was right. That's what I get the feedback from people. What it shows is, it is all max. If this particular planet is here, this is what is going to happen. So when astrology came into picture, long ago, so long ago, they defined gods or the controller of the planet. For each planet there are gods, which is called the Adhipatya Graha. Adhipatya means the controlling planet, god for that particular planet. For example, Mercury is controlled by Lord Vishnu. Mars is controlled by Lord Karthik. And now, the Mars, you can see Mars, it's a red planet. And in lot of Murugan songs, people who have seen Murugan, saints, sages, they define Muruga's color as red. Red planet. And now the Mars is very, very close to Earth. For 2 months, it will be very closer. From July 29, 2018 till September 30, 2018, Mars is very close to the Earth. Very, very closer. So what will happen during this particular period? In Earth, just 2 days back I posted in Tamil, I mentioned that Chava, Mars, is the planet for land. So a lot of earthquakes possible during this particular time. Day before I posted that video, and yesterday in Indonesia there is an earthquake. But thank God, no one is hurt. Because before I posted that video, I have been to the Kshetra, the temple for Mars in India, which is Vaitishwaran temple. I did a prayer for the world peace and for the Mother Earth. So prayers is answered. And that too, when you pray for others, definitely it's answered. So, in this particular moment, I would request you all to just every day, for at least these 2 months, just pray for Mother Earth. Because there could be a lot of natural disasters happening during this particular 2 months. Mars is a fiery planet, and when it is very close to Earth, what happens is some stars may get burnt and fall down in the Earth. And obviously, one more thing, there are aliens existing in Mars, and we may get UFO sightings during this particular 2 months' time. Already there are countries which have already accepted that UFOs exist, aliens exist. They definitely not from this planet. However, due to some supernatural powers which is not ready to accept it, it cannot be a lie. For example, before we jump into the sea, we don't know what is inside the sea. We can just see only water. And it doesn't mean that there cannot be any living beings, life existed inside the sea. Because we cannot live there, it doesn't mean that there is no life. There are lives which will adapt to that particular atmosphere and which is created to survive based on what is available inside the sea. Same way, there are lives in Mars. Science cannot prove it. Okay. This is already sung by a lot of sages. In those days, saints, they travel to different parts of the universe. They had the powers. And one of the sage, Koraka, is singing one song when questioned whether aliens exist. He is singing this song in Tamil. Undu, undu, jivarasigal undu. Yes, Definitely life is there, and that too where? Mangalamana Kolil. Mangal means Mars. Mangala Uyirunde. Martians are there. He mentions it. Because people who live in Mars are called Martians. Kandume Angirunde. That too I have seen. From where you know? I have seen it from there itself. So he has been to Mars. And then what he says explains the sky, the rivers, and the living creatures. Most of them got frozen. But still, by God's wish, some are hiding themselves in Mars. That's what that song goes. Like that. So because we are unable to spot them, it doesn't mean that life doesn't exist. In Hindu Puranas, we have seen there are 14 worlds, which is 14 places where living beings exist. They may not be in our world like us. Their attributes are different. Their height could be different. Their hair color could be different. Their looks could be different. They may have more than 2 eyes. Or they may see without eyes. They can travel much faster than light. Their characteristics is different. It will take a lot of time for science to prove it. So, such planet is governed by Lord Skanda. Mars in astrology is considered to be warrior. So, it doesn't compromise with any sort of negotiations if we have done wrong. He punishes immediately. So during this 2 months period, the message for you all is, please be careful. Don't try to get into unnecessary arguments. If you do something wrong during these 2 months, definitely you will be caught. It's a highlight. Okay? Only once in 15 years, this sort of closeness between Earth and Mars will happen. Now, these aliens, interesting, isn't it? They are there. Because you can't see, doesn't mean they are not there. If you want to see them, communicate through your mind. Your mind sends vibration to the space, and they know how to interpret it, and they can give a vision to you if you like. Try it. Everything is possible. Even in Earth, there are certain spots in Earth where if you go to that spot, you will go into a different universe. It's all hidden. Great sages have written what are those spots. But I know only 1 or 2, but I am not going to reveal it now because I have to experience it before I tell. But I don't know if I go into that particular place, who knows? I may not come back. It might be a time travel for me, but I love this place. I have come here to do certain mission and I have to finish it before I try all those things. Okay? So, for next 2 months, be alert, be cautious, look after yourself. Okay? Don't get into trouble. And please do pray for the Mother Earth. That's my sincere request through this particular video. And for world peace also. That's all I wanted to say in this particular video. Please do take care.